This morning about 2 o'clock, I had a nightmare that I can't remember that made me basically wake up puking. It didn't come all the way out, but it got up in my throat and that woke me up. So I was up for the next 2 hours due to feelings and ickiness and the fact that my throat burned from having my stomach acids all come up like that. I guess this has taken a while to darkening, so the difference between what it was is actually pretty subtle. Although I like the red effect in there. But also, there's some blonde. There's some areas where it just brought out blonde, which I'm not surprised about because it's kind of there naturally. I have weird hair. Let's see if I can. And there's this is what I was talking about before, that one spot that got too much dye in the lower parts of my hair. But it tucks behind my ear easily enough, so that's fine. Some spots just don't really show unless there's light. That's good. That's what I want, something that's not going to be look at me. Straight to the eyeballs. I need to continue to moisturize it though. That's what I've been doing as far as my hair goes for the last couple days. I've also been pretty busy. Yesterday I didn't even do my usual add-in for nighttime. Yeah. Munchkin went to bed, I got done with everything, and Jean was still eating while I was falling asleep. So I actually would have had almost a full night's sleep. Not with lack of restlessness. I was up and down and waking up and going back to sleep a lot, but that one was the one that stuck out. And then this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, somebody knocks on our door, and I'm just thinking, who does that? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Who does that? Whenever I went to look, there was nobody there. So I'm thinking that was probably a neighbor or something, or just somebody kneeling on their own door, or maybe a neighbor's door. I don't know. Just loud enough for somebody else to hear. So it wouldn't be the first time that happened, that we're huh. But this actually seemed pretty... Yeah. So I checked on Chris. He's good. He's fine. He'll be in bed for a while longer. I checked on Jean. He's good. He's okay. A little sore because he was working pretty hard yesterday and the day before, and pretty much he usually does at work. But otherwise he's okay. He's safe. He made it to work safe. So there shouldn't be a reason somebody's knocking on the door oh my god, something has happened, because everybody's safe. So I don't really know. 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't even knock on strangers' doors at 6 o'clock in the morning. Usually wait. Even friends and people you know really well. If you're knocking on their door at 6 o'clock in the morning, someone had better be dead. Because best case scenario, they're drinking their first cup of coffee or getting ready for work. And if it's someone who doesn't have to work, they're probably just getting a little bit more in. Jean was actually telling me, lay back down, get some rest before Munchkin gets up. And thinking to myself, why? Why would I give myself this false hope. But seriously, I'm gonna lay down, probably read something. Let myself wake up a bit before I go downstairs and make some coffee. Read a couple chapters, you know. And, yeah. Wow, my eyes look green today. Hazel. Oh, and I need to brush my teeth for something terrible. Morning breath. My teeth do that really easy, by the way. It's because they build up the plaque a little faster than they're supposed to. So yeah, that's a fight and a half. That's when I still have to fight. The effect was pretty much permanent. There was a medication growing up that made that happen, and I was still growing and developing, and I was on that medication for 10 years. So, you know, my body learned, I guess, that that's what it was supposed to do, and it's what it does. So, it's probably a good reason why they shouldn't have just put me on that anyway, even though it wasn't supposed to be given to children. Because all these years later, it still happens, so... And the really fucked up thing is, I was advised not to brush my teeth more than 3 times a day. Yeah. You'd never think I had to be given that sort of advice, given, like, the state of my gums and all that. But yeah. Yeah. If you just, like, looked at that, you'd probably just scold me and say I don't brush my teeth enough or something. People have all sorts of problems in this world. Seriously, though, why do I have, like, more of the blonde shit over here? And why is this so goddamn stubborn? I've spent years trying to get rid of the blonde, and it just comes back. Yeah. Well, then there's this. It's not really even. I mean, there's some blonde over here, but I think most of it got, like, is either so light that my camera isn't picking it up, as far as, like, the difference, or it's just been ratified. Over here is where I've got, like, my stronger highlights for blonde. So these are where it comes out sort of different. My hair's weird. My hair is weird. Incredibly weird. I live with it. There was actually a point I left black dye in my hair for over twice the amount of time that it was supposed to be, because I was trying to get rid of the blonde in my hair. This was, of course, quite a few years back, probably like 9 years ago? 8 years ago? 7? I don't know. Something like that. It's around then. But to be fair, I was actually dyeing my hair black. And it was just super annoying to have a random blonde streak in it. And the blonde in it would just, like, sort of reject dye. So, like, it's like dyeing it actually made it worse. Even with black dye, it was kind of weird, and I couldn't even explain it. It was just weird. So, yeah. It's not all that surprising, except the effect is more. And there's more of it. But then some of it kind of like comes off more ginger because red is a little bit more receptive. My hair is a little bit more. It also might be though that I didn't put as much darkener in it. So I'm running out. Yep. I think that, yeah, hey, look, wow, this is a weird angle for me. There's the stuff that's folded on the dresser. Huh, this is an interesting facial angle. I could draw this. I should totally study faces from this angle. My boobs will protect you from seeing my body or anything. Oh, wow, my boobs. Yeah, I'd totally throw a blanket there because I'm wearing something really short. Because it's for bed and I don't want anybody to see my legs. But seriously, this is interesting. Let's see if I can get toast. God damn it, everything has to try to get seen over my boobs. Why am I even covering? Like, wow. Hey, reference! Well, probably not the time for me to be doing this, but... Yep. I think it's kind of... It's interesting, because people think that different, like, angles of faces aren't completely weird. I guess, wait. Now I'm all interested in this, like... Now I need to, like, figure it out. Because I don't usually do the weird angles. Especially not on my own face. And it's really super interesting. Nobody ever draws it like that. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm just going to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, I'm just gonna try it the way that I see it up front. And then, they sort of change the angle for, like, the 2D image that they know. But it's a little more complicated than that. The human face and everything to do with it is just pretty much more complicated than that. Yep. Sometimes Jane uses the dinosaur sheets too as blankets. So it's summer. So there's not a lot of heavy blankets being tossed around. Well, and if there is, we're laying on them because we like the texture. And I sleep with this fluffy monster, so yeah. Okay, so there is, but not as many as would be in cold weather. Yeah, this is where it sort of went wrong. Not because it's uneven or anything, but because that's where the stubborn blonde is. Like, it's not even all the way around my head. I mean, like, there's smaller patches of it, I guess, like strands, but the groupings aren't as much and it's not as obvious. And over there, it's sort of like, see me. So, yeah. This pillow is too fluffy. I don't know why Jean likes this pillow. This fluff makes no sense. Where is... Give me soft with substance. I never thought before I met Jean that I would ever say that a pillow was too soft. Because normally I liked pillows that my grandparents and everyone around me thought were too soft. And as a kid I would have found that amusing to play with, but like I like where my head is laying to be kind of stable. And that pillow just doesn't feel like it's stable. At the same time I don't like to lay on the ground either, so I guess I'm weird. It also might be that just I got old enough where pillows that were too soft were possible to get used to. Anyway, I'm gonna curl up and read something, and then I'm gonna go downstairs, make some coffee, start breakfast, because Munchkin gets up in 2 hours and he's gonna be hungry. Pretty much it. I think I can get away with slow baking those biscuits. They usually rise more if you do it slow, so yeah, I'll just cook them up and yeah. I can usually stretch it out if I need to as far as cooking time. Probably won't start it till like 8, but Alright, and just to be clear, my hair is naturally weird. It is not just, it's not a dye issue even. It's just a my hair is weird issue. It's been consistently weird no matter what, even with professional dye. It was still weird. And that's just sort of an accepted reality. My hair is weird. I have some spots that will always stubbornly be blonde. Some spots that take to color very well, and some spots that are just like FU color. They take longer and longer exposure to get. And doing a half exposure to it like that just let those areas be, and I did that on purpose because I want a more subtle effect. I like it, and I guess in the end that's what matters. Alright. Seriously, Munchkin just got up to use the bathroom before going back to bed, so I am just going to upload this and read, and this will probably be loading for like forever. They always take hours upon hours, so yeah, it's 20. It's either like a 19-minute video so far, 19 minutes 15 seconds. So it's gonna take a little while to load. We'll probably be like done with breakfast and already on to something else by the time it's. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing wasn't even finished loading until lunch or something. It's actually happened before. So yeah, I'm just gonna go set this thing to uploading, go read a chapter or two, then I'm gonna go get some freaking coffee, and yeah. Because I need to adult for today. yeah, I think this one I'm actually gonna come back to and like screenshot some of those angles because it's very interesting. And I like looking at weird things to sort of come up with new angles for my art and stuff. And you don't really notice whenever you look at my face frontal, but I have high cheekbones. Yeah. So that's part of the reason why that kind of looks weird. Yeah. I also have like an unapologetic baby face, so it's even more weird to see it from that angle where it doesn't look like a baby face anymore.